This is insane. In 1979, a man called the police to report finding a young woman's body left in the snow. He answered all their questions, even passed a lie detector test, and they completely cleared him. For the next 45 years, the girl's killer walked free, thinking their secret was totally safe. They had no idea that one microscopic piece of evidence, kept for almost half a century, would lead police right to their door. And the most unbelievable part? The man who called the cops was the same man who killed her and put her in that snowy grave. You're watching Cold Case Secrets. Stick around, because the truth in this story comes from a clue nobody expected. Subscribe, like the video, and comment where you're watching from. February 9th, 1979, was just another Friday in the tiny city of Beaumont, California. For 17-year-old Esther Gonzalez, the day started completely normal. Her family said she was a sweet girl who was about to graduate high school with her whole life ahead of her. That night, she left her parents' house to take a walk she'd made 1,000 times before, over to her sister's house in next town over, Banning. It was a super short trip, but this time, Esther never made it. The very next day, the worst thing imaginable happened. The Riverside County Sheriff's Station got a bizarre phone call. A man said he found a body off a winding mountain highway, partly buried in the snow. The cops at the time said the caller was argumentative, which is a crazy way to act when you're reporting something this serious. He even said he couldn't tell if the body was a man or a woman. When the police showed up, they found the victim. It was Esther Gonzalez. An autopsy later revealed she had been sexually assaulted and brutally bludgeoned to death. For decades, her sister, Liz Gonzalez, would be haunted by her last memory of Esther, thinking about all the what-ifs. She later said, "Sometimes I wish I would have followed her. If I'd known that was going to happen, I would have followed her." A complete nightmare had just started for the Gonzalez family. For the police, the hunt for a killer was on. But the trail was about to go completely cold in the most shocking way. In the first few days, investigators moved incredibly fast. Their number one priority was finding the guy who made that phone call. Within 5 days, they had him. A man named Louis Randolph Williamson, who everyone called Randy. Williamson was brought in, and he agreed to take a polygraph test. Back in 1979, people thought a polygraph, a lie detector test, was an almost magical tool. The idea was simple. If you lie, your body freaks out and your heart rate and breathing give you away. For the detectives, the results seemed like a slam dunk. Williamson took the test, and he passed. Because of that one result, the sheriff's department officially cleared him. The man who literally found the body was no longer a person of interest. This turned out to be a gigantic mistake. Today, we know that polygraph tests are famous for being wrong. They aren't even allowed in many courts because they fail so often. A nervous, innocent person could fail, but a stone-cold killer could pass. With Williamson cleared, the investigation lost its only real lead. The case went completely cold. Biological evidence, like a semen sample, had been collected, but in 1979, the tech to analyze it didn't exist yet. Years turned into decades. Esther's family was stuck. Her brother, Eddie Gonzalez, actually went to high school with Randy Williamson and later said he didn't think he was capable of doing that. For 35 years, Williamson lived a totally normal life. He was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran who moved to Florida and lived as a free man until he died in 2014. The case of Esther Gonzalez was a cold file in a dusty cabinet, but her family never gave up. Her sister Liz said, "I never let it go because I thought if it was me, my sister would never let it go." Decades went by, the world changed, and technology got insanely better. That biological evidence from 1979, which was once useless, now held the ultimate secret. At some point, the semen sample from Esther's body was put into CODIS, the National DNA Database. But for a match, the killer's DNA had to already be in the system, and there was no hit. Nothing. Then, in 2023, the case got a second chance. The Riverside County Regional Cold Case Homicide Team decided to try a crazy new strategy. They sent evidence from Esther's case to Othram Incorporated, a private lab in Texas that specializes in something that sounds like it's from a sci-fi movie: forensic investigative genetic genealogy. This tech is a giant leap forward. Instead of just looking for a perfect match in a criminal database, forensic genealogy uses consumer DNA databases like the ones for ancestry websites to find a suspect's relatives. Othram scientists built a full family tree from the old, degraded DNA. Think of it like this. If normal DNA is like looking for one person in a giant stadium, this new tech is like finding that person's second cousin in the stands, and then building their entire family tree to hunt them down. While Othram scientists were building this tree in early 2024, a crime analyst on the cold case team had a mind-blowing realization while looking through the old files. She noticed that while Lewis Randy Williamson was cleared by the 1979 lie detector, he was never cleared by DNA because the technology wasn't available. It was one tiny note in a 45-year-old file, but it changed everything. The two investigations were about to crash into each other. The family tree built by Othram led investigators to a family in Riverside County. As they followed the tree, they found a woman who had died in Beaumont. A newspaper article listed her son as the executor of her will. His name was Lewis Randolph Randy Williamson. Suddenly, the guy who reported the body 45 years ago was the #1 suspect again. But there was a massive problem. Randy Williamson had died in Florida 10 years earlier in 2014. There would be no dramatic arrest, no interrogation, and no trial. But justice could still come from science. The cold case team learned an autopsy was done on Williamson when he died, and a blood sample had been saved. With help from the Broward County Sheriff's Office in Florida, they found that old blood sample and sent it to be compared with the evidence. The results were 100% definitive. The California Department of Justice confirmed that the DNA from Randy Williamson's blood was a perfect match to the DNA found on Esther Gonzalez's body in 1979. After 45 years, the case was solved. The verdict was in not from a jury, but from a lab. The man who called the police, who played the part of a helpful citizen, who passed a lie detector test, was Esther Gonzalez's killer. For the Gonzalez family, the news was a huge relief, but also heartbreaking. After almost half a century, they finally had the truth. Esther's oldest sister said the family was happy to finally have closure, but sad that he would never go to prison for his crime. Williamson got to live another 35 years free before dying. The case of Esther Gonzalez is an incredible story about how science can finally deliver answers. It's a huge warning about how unreliable old tools like the polygraph were, and a massive win for determined investigators and the power of DNA. The Riverside County Regional Cold Case Homicide Team solved a 45-year-old murder because they refused to give up, proving that no case is ever truly cold. They're still asking anyone who knew Williamson to come forward, in case he had other victims. What do you think about this? The cops said the killer on day one cleared him, and he got away with it for decades, only to be proven guilty after he was already dead. Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching this unbelievable story. If you found this case as crazy as we did, smash that subscribe button for more deep dives into mysteries we thought were lost forever. Your support helps us tell these important stories.